Hi guys, my name is Natalie. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about we just might are going to the upside. It looks kind of good, but why does it look good? And I want to show you how it looks when you're taking an entry above the lower time frames combining with the higher time frames. Continue watching this video and we're just gonna dive into the market after this. Welcome back. Let's go into the charts because that's what you want to do and that is what I want to do too. And we can see that the market is looking like this right now. And we are on Ethereum right now because I never went through it yesterday. So I thought I was supposed to start with it today. And we can see right here, we are having a small triangle that I just put up. What we can see is that we are still doing higher low, high low, high low, and at the resistance that we're having, we don't make any higher high or anything. The market's just going sideways, but I do focus on that we're still doing our high lows. We can see that we did break because we had a little downtrend, if you want to call it this like that. It was just like it was going down for a bit. Market is still uptrending, so we do have our higher low around here. The market created a other higher low, so this was just a pullback that we had. The market came back up and broke the previous lower high, and right now we are retesting that zone, that area. I do believe that we will come back a little bit more because if we're taking the Fibonacci tool and we're using that one from the low to the high, we could probably go down a little bit more to the Fibonacci levels that we're having. We can go to the 2 hour and see how it looks because I want to see how like how the candles look on the higher time frames, and I do believe that we can come down a little bit more, but on the overall picture that we do have, the market is just going sideways. It's still going sideways, but it's still making our higher lows around here. So what we are waiting for right now is to see if the market will break to the upside or if it will break to the downside. Looks something like this. And we can have some few options around here because we do not have to wait for the daily to break to the upside. We don't have to do that. We can still see what's happening on the lower time frames, and that's why I'm using on the 4 hour. I'm using the Fibonacci tool because I can still see that the market is starting to do a uptrend right now because it did break the previous lower high, as I just told you. And if we're going to the lower time frames and trying to combine these areas of what we're having on the higher time frames, we can take, just to make sure that we are looking at the same thing. Okay, this is very, very far away, so we can take that because it doesn't make sense on the lower time frames. But what we can do is that we can take the Fibonacci, copy and paste it to the other side like that, and then we can see on the lower time frames what the market is doing, and the market is going down. It did actually break. It's breaking the previous lower high that we're having on the 15-minute. We can see what's happening on the 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, let's see where we do respect the market. What high do we respect? And we do respect the Asia high. Market came down 2 times and did respect the resistance that we did have here, turning into support. So for us to be sure about what we're going to do next, I want to take the previous high that we had here. For this one, I think it's too close. I want to have someone a little bit more far away. So what we can see, if the market does come back down again, retested, and it closing above these two lower high, higher low, I mean, because it's higher than the previous low. If the market comes back down, respect the area, comes back up. comes back down and retest this one, breaking to the upside, what's happening on the lower time frames then? Oh yeah, we're still around here. Yeah, but if we want the market, this is something that we can do. If the market does come back down here and it retests the zone that we're having here to the upside, so it looks like this. So the market, we are not buying the market if the market breaks to the downside and retest it as a lower high, because we want to have the higher low as a retest. So if the market breaks to the downside, comes back up again, we're not buying the market. Then eventually we have to wait and see if the market comes back down here to the Fibonacci levels that we're having on the higher time frames. I copy and pasted it to the lower time frames just to make sure that I see what's going on. Where do I look? What direction? And where does the market come to? If the market also comes back down here, we can see that the market does respect London session. So yeah, if the market will continue up, this is what we need. We need the market to break this zone right here, comes back down, retest, and then go back up. And then we just might see that the market will break this higher time frame that we're having, this triangle, so it will break to the upside. But if we are finding a entry around here, we don't have to wait for the market to break this. We are already in the trade. But if we're going to be in the trade, we need to be very, very specific on where we are taking the entry and what the candlestick is doing. How does the candlestick doing on the higher time frames? How does they look? And how does it look in the lower time frames? Because if we have a candlestick on the higher time frames that you see it's breaking to the upside, you can see on the lower time frames that it's actually starting to do higher highs and higher lows, because it's breaking the downtrend. Because right now we are in a downtrend. So what we want to see is that the market is breaking that downtrend on the lower time frames to a uptrend. You understand what I'm saying? Because right now we are in a downtrend. The market is going down. We can see on the 3 hour that we do have an engulfing candle that engulfs these two candles right here, or it can look like a morning star. And what we want the market, when we are using that pattern around here, we are taking it to the lower time frames to break it down to see what's happening. So what we want the market to do is start to do higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Okay, so that's why we are looking at the higher time frames at the same times that we're looking at the lower time frames. And for us to, if we don't want to wait forever to jump into the market, market breaks to the upside, comes back down, retest it, we are already in the trade around here. But if the market breaks this area right here, comes back down, we will have, and if we see that the market if we see that the market will come down to this area and starts to do, and starts to make a candlestick that's want to go to the upside, we're looking at the lower time frames and start to see that the market, the market is in a downtrend if it comes down here. And this is the Fibonacci level that we're having. So what we want to do is that we want to see that the market is breaking to the upside. So what do we have? We have our entry around here. So our entry will be lower and much better. We will have a better price to buy the market if it comes back down here. You can see now also that the market actually is taking off. You can see right here. So if the market comes back up, break the resistance that we're having here, turning into support, and if we see that the market is still doing, it pushes to the upside, we are buying the market. We are buying Ethereum at that point. If it breaks it, comes back down. And after that, we just have to wait and see if the market will react around these levels around here. But we have two options. If it breaks to the downside, we wait for the market to come back down here to the Fibonacci level that we're having. But the market can spike to the upside, and that's what it's doing right now. So if we see that the market will break it and then come back down, retest it, we are buying the market. But if we see that the market does retest the area from, if the market does retest it like this, we're not buying the market at all, because then the market just might come down slowly and steady. Okay, so that's what I see right now on Ethereum, and it has to break this level or this level at some point. Right now we're just, as I told you before, we're going sideways, and well, we all know that right now. And if we want to go to Bitcoin and see what it did since yesterday, I mean, it kind of looks the same, but not really. Let's see what the market did. So the market did break the downtrend that we had. It did break the trend line, and it's actually retesting the trend line right now. And I already did put up a Fibonacci on the higher time frames. I think I did use it on the 4-hour. And if that's just on, like in Ethereum, if the market does come back down to this area and respect the Fibonacci zone, I want to see the market starting to do higher high, higher low on the lower time frames. And if I see that on the lower time frames that we are making higher lows, I will find my entry on them. So I'm looking at the higher time frames candlestick, but I'm taking my entry off of the lower time frames based on how many touches, how does the candlestick look combined with the higher time frames. So I never buy the market if we have a candlestick like this, never. So if we will have a bearish candle that just spikes through, I'm not buying the market at all. So at that point, I just have to wait and see what the market will do, because this is just like catching a knife falling. That don't want to do that, because that's just gonna hurt our account. So we just have to wait and see what the market is doing. But I do like how the market looks right now. I really do like it, because we are at the resistance right here. So if the market comes back down and retest the Fibonacci zone, we can also, I mean, it depends on where you have the Fibonacci zone. You can also take it like this, but I'm taking it from these two wicks right here that we're having. But if I see that the market breaks it, and I can move my Fibonacci a little bit more to see if the market just wants to push it down a little bit further and see what it's doing. Definitely, if the market comes back down here, I want to see the market starting to do high high, higher lows, high high, high low. So it has to break the downtrend on the lower time frames for me to go into the market as a buy. Because what I see right now is that on both Bitcoin and Ethereum is that the market is breaking to the upside. And we just have to wait and see what the market will do against these levels that we do have. I hope you are not confused with all of the things that I'm having on the charts right now. As I told you before, I hate to have a lot of things on the charts because it makes me so confused. But for me to be able to show you, obviously I have to have them. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you learn, and please comment below, ask me questions if there's something that you're wondering. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and I'm gonna go through cryptocurrencies with you every single day. And just follow me and ask me questions, and I'm gonna answer them all for you. So thank you so much. My name is Natalie. Have a great weekend. Bye.